in the IT system support section at Liquor Control. Today we're going to go over submitting, resubmitting ADA contracts. It's a pretty simple process with our new system. So I don't believe that it's going to take the hour that we allotted for this, but we wanted to give you guys time to ask questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off so I'm not distracting you. Okay. I also tend to make faces when I'm concentrating. So all right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Should see the SIPS product registration system. All right. So we're going to begin with how to submit a contract. So currently I am logged in as an ADA user. This is kind of what you're going to see when you log in. You'll see a home tab, contract tab, and product reports tab. In order to submit a contract, you're going to go ahead and select the contract tab here. And you'll see that I have submitted just test contracts. So that's what you'll see in the recently viewed. In the drop-down list here, you can see activated contracts, draft contracts. There's different views that you can choose from. So we're going to go ahead and go over to this new button, select new. All right, so you're going to enter in your contract start date. So I'm just going to enter today's date for testing purposes. And then I'm going to put a contract term for 12 months. And then under the account name, you're going to select who the contract is with. So I'm just going to type in the business ID because I know that off the top of my head. You can also search by the account name as well. But when you type it in, it'll give you a list here, and you can select which one you would like to submit the contract for. And then you'll go ahead and submit your contract in a draft status. And lastly, in the ADA account, we'll put which ADA you're with. And you can click save. If you scroll down, you can add further information. But the only things that are required are the fields that I have added above. If you're submitting more than one contract, you can also select save and new. We're going to just select save. So you can see here that contract 585 has been submitted. It's on a draft status. It's for this account. It gives the contract start and end date with the term. So at this point, it's been submitted to MLCC, but you're going to want to add the contract document itself. So you're going to go over to the right side here and select add document. And you'll have a few different document types that you can choose from. For this, we'll choose ADA vendor contract. And you can put the description there for this testing purpose. I'll just put testing. And then you'll select next. And here you'll select upload files. And it's going to have you choose a file from your computer. So here I'm going to choose test contract and open. And I believe that this will let you load a Word document and a PDF document. And then you'll select done. This bar will tell you that it's been successfully uploaded. And then you'll click save. It'll tell you that the file was uploaded successfully. And at that point, now this is in MLCC's hands to review. So I'm going to go in on the back end here of our system, and I'm going to go to this contract, and I'm going to approve the contract. Just one moment. And once the contract has been approved, it should send you an email indicating that. So whoever submitted the contract owner, so in this case, I'm picking on David, and it's letting you know that the contract has been approved. And then you're all set with this contract. So now, if we would like to, go ahead.
The contract approval, that making sure the dates are proper and all that is correct? Is the computer doing that, or is someone reading it?
Someone's reading it. Someone is actually reviewing it. Yep.
Brian, that review process hasn't changed at all. So the criteria for the ADA contracts is the same. We're just, creating a process where instead of doing these things via email, this submission allows us to kind of streamline that process a little more. But the review process itself hasn't changed.
Right. So we'll go ahead and go back to our contract tab. Here you can see that the status has been changed to approved. If you want to only view approved contracts, you can select that view here. So the next one we are going to go over is if a contract has been rejected for some reason. So I'll go ahead and submit a contract quick, and we will reject it. And then we will go through on how to resubmit that. Draft status, we'll select our ADA account. Save it. Add our document. Upload our file. Save that. And it's successful, and it's in a draft status. So I'm going to go in on the back end and reject this contract. It takes just a moment to show up. I'll just put in testing for the rejection reason. And the owner of this contract will receive an email stating that the contract was rejected. So here you'll see the information, and then you can click this link and it will take you to log in via my login and then into our portal. And then once you're on the portal, if you go to the contract tab, you can select that rejected contract and you can scroll down and you'll see the reason for denial and rejection. I just put testing. Right? So now this contract is in a rejected status. We're going to want to go ahead and resubmit this contract. So what we're going to do, I believe we'll select edit. We're going to update anything that needed to be updated, the reason for rejection, and then we're going to put the status as resubmitted and click save. So on our end, this was submitted back to the MLCC. If you needed to add an additional document, you could do so by adding the by clicking the add document button. And that's it for this process. Once it's resubmitted and all is well, the MLCC will approve it. And once you go to the contract tab, the status will show as approved. Any questions?
So if you want to do an addendum, what do you name it? How does that work?
You'll add document, click addendum here, type in a description, and then you'll click next, and you can upload the addendum there and save.
The addendum should be called the supplier and then the addendum, 2 words, right?
If that's how you do it currently, I would keep it the same. Erica, would that be correct?
Yeah, I would, you'll start the process the same, you'll create the same, contract like record in the system. And then to Sam's point, you would select addendum, and in that description, then yes, you would type out, the supplier addendum or, whatever that verbiage is that that is relevant, and what you're using now is probably a good, baseline for that. You wouldn't need to change that at all. It will still get submitted to the same staff that's going to be taking a look at those records, just, and making sure that it is in line with what they would expect to see.
That answer your question? Are you good to go?
Yes, good to go.
Oh, cool. All right.
Great
All
question.
right. If we don't have any, but yeah, definitely. If we don't have any further questions on the resubmission, we'll go to the last thing, and that is the denials. So I'm just going to go ahead and submit a contract very quickly and show the denial. So add your start date, your term. Status will be draft. NDA. Save. Going to add a document. All right, and now this is in draft status, so I'm going to go in on our internal side and deny this. And the user will receive an email that it was denied. The status. And you'll see here that it has been denied. There's already a contract between the ADA and vendor above, and so you'll click the link and it will navigate you to the portal. Once you go to the contract, you'll see that it's in a status of denied. If you open it up, you can scroll down and see that there's a denial reason here. Alrighty.
So
Any
as far as
questions?
emails, do we have to log in and create an account, or how does it know where to send the email of approval or denial?
So you're going to log in via my login, and the emails have been migrated over. Erica, go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong here, but the emails have been already migrated over. So once you log into my login, you'll be connected to the MLCC. And when you log in the back end of our system, it has your email saved. And so it will send an email to that email.
Yeah, we were provided a
Erica.
list. Yeah, for the ADA users, we were provided a list of, so if you are on this meeting, you have been identified as a contract user for the ADAs. So if there are other folks that also need to have this ability, you can go ahead and shoot us an email. You will have to use the My Login system. So we did send an invitation out, for folks, just saying, hey, if you want to go ahead and do that My Login piece now, you are able to do that. And Sam can go ahead and send that information out so you guys can do that as well. But what I would encourage you to do is, if there are additional folks that you have on your staff that will be managing ADA contracts, let us know, because we can get them added into the system as an ADA user. And then you would manage that through the finance team as well. So if you have folks that need to be removed, because they no longer work with your company, we will go ahead and manage the users, internally, and also we'll add new users as requested. So what we did was we actually took our initial list of contacts that we received, from our finance team, created you guys in the system as contract users so that you already had access, and the correct permissions to do that. No, but like I said, if there's other folks that you can think of that need to be added, shoot Sam and I a message, and we can make sure that that's done for go live.
Great.
All right. And does anyone have any other questions? I know that I went through it pretty quickly. We're going to be sending out a user manual. So you'll have step-by-step instructions with screenshots. So you'll be able to see that. We're also saving this recording. So you'll be able to go back through and hear any questions that were asked and the answers provided.
I do have a question. Just at what point is this system going to go live and that we'll start using this as opposed to email, like how we're normally emailing contracts? Is there a date as to when we need to start using this system?
Yeah,
This system-
our system will be going. Oh, go ahead, Erica.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam. No, go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Oh, the system will be going live November 3rd.
November 3rd. All right. Thank you.
Stacy, we have opened up our My Login system, so folks can get linked to Ames already, in preparation for that. So, I'm not sure if you are familiar with My Login, and there is some training material out there, on our website for that as well. But we have opened that up so our users can get linked to the Ames system. And that just kind of removes a couple steps for you guys that go live. So everybody in the state of Michigan is moving to, My Login being required, as the gateway to get in. And if everybody gets that kind of set up and links themselves to Ames, once we flip the switch on November 3rd, you will just have an additional option when you click the Ames button to access that registration side of things.
Okay. I will start to look into that just so that I'm set up and ready to go.
Sam,
Do you want
is
me to
that
show you
something
where
that-
to go for that?
Yeah, I
Yes,
was just gonna
please,
say,
because
is
I
that something you can
don't
send
know
the
that I've
manual
seen
to?
anything.
Yep. So you'll go to the homepage of our website. It's michigan.gov/LCC. You'll scroll down here to the sales inventory purchasing system information
Okay.
big button. And then if you scroll down here, there's a My Login section. There's 2 instruction guides. So this is going to be how you get your My Login account set up. And then this is going to be how you link yourself to MLCC. And the link to get to My Login will be right here. So if you select that, it will take you directly to the My Login site. The instructions will give you step-by-step guides with screenshots on how to go ahead and get that set up. Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yes, thank you. That's perfect.
Perfect. All right. Does anyone have any other questions?
Oh, so my takeaway from this, Sam, was that you were going to go ahead and send this group the manuals and a copy of the video. And then you did go ahead and show them where that My Login was. So there was no need to send that as well. But any other follow-up items that the team needs at all? That's what I have on the parking lot anyway. So parking lot review over here. Okay.
All right. I think that we're all set then. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to email Erica or myself and we can get some answers for you. But I'll go ahead and get those items sent out pretty quickly after this meeting. And yeah, we're excited to go live.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye now.